Hello and good afternoon. My name is Tarik Sadik, and today I'm going to be talking to you about steroid usage in the military. The reason I decided to choose this topic is because I actually currently have a friend serving in the military, and he's informed me that he's using performance enhancement drugs, so I'm curious to see what effects it has on him, as well as the effects it has on the military, how they're used, and just learning more about what steroids truly are. So, what are steroids and their purpose? So there are two main kinds of steroids. One is anabolic and one is corticosteroids. So you're probably wondering what's the difference between the two. So anabolic steroids are steroids used from synthetic testosterone, um, and they are very illegal. The only way you are allowed to have anabolic steroids is via prescription. And what they do is they increase your physical performance as well as your appearance. And then there's also corticosteroids. So what corticosteroids are is they're typically a steroid used for patients who have autoimmune diseases such as Addison's disease or patients recently coming off an organ transplant. Um, corticosteroids are used to fight inflammation, and it's very similar to the hormone cortisol, which is actually responsible for a lot of functions in the body, including metabolism, immune system, and stress. How are steroids used? There are actually several ways to take steroids. One of the most common being injection. People typically inject their buttocks, their arm, their thighs, usually typically somewhere that wouldn't be detected. Another way you could take it that is a little less bit of a giveaway is by mouth, so orally, by taking pills. There also is a pellet implantation that you could put under your skin that'll slowly release testosterone or corticosteroids. And there's also gel patches. So the biggest takeaway I got away from learning about how steroids are used is actually learning how much people who are misusing them are actually using. So typically, people who are abusing steroids use 1 to 100 times more than a prescribed amount for a patient that just had an organ transplant or had Addison's disease, which is a big health problem. It's definitely will come with adverse side effects. So let's jump into those. So there is short-term and long-term use, just like you're using any other drug. Um, so some of the short-term usage side effects: impaired judgment, so you're not thinking straight; irritability, you're feeling a lot more grumpy, not feeling like yourself; reduced immune system activity; and then paranoia. You just feel paranoid. Now, some of the long-term usage side effects: liver damage, an enlarged heart, kidney damage, and high blood pressure. All of those are risk you're putting yourself at, and any of those could even lead to death. So, furthermore, into side effects. Each sex typically has a little bit of a different experience, and the side effects they experience are so. So, men experience hair loss, so they'll start balding. A decreased sperm count, meaning they're less likely to get somebody pregnant. Shrinking of the testicles. This is actually the most common side effect, just because instead of your testicles performing, instead of your testicles producing the sperm, the injections of the testosterone already meet the levels of testosterone in your body, so your balls no longer produce the testosterone, shrinking the size of them, and then the development of breasts for men as well. Side effects for women: changes in menstrual cycles, even could be stop periods, meaning you will no longer also be able to get pregnant. They also experience hair loss. Women may develop a deeper voice and growth of facial hair or body hair in excessive amounts. So, why is steroid abuse in the military so common? Well, for the first reason, the military does not test for PEDs unless they have a hunch or a suspicion. Typically, PED tests are more expensive than drug tests, just a standard drug test. So the military, to save costs, does not casually test for it. But if they do have a suspicion, a higher officer could question you and then have you tested. So steroids are a Schedule III controlled substance and can be punishable with heavy fines and possible even jail time. So I just wanted to give my final thoughts. I think misuse of steroids in the military is a big problem that does need to be nipped in the butt. Definitely might be costly, but the amount of people that you could be helping and having healthier soldiers working for you just would make more of a difference. So I definitely think that the military needs to furthermore test for PEDs. Alrighty, thank you for your time.